skips.
And you know, for the Spurs, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this in the season, what an accomplishment.
And I know it took a long test, but I don't think there's anybody left out there who doesn't think they're for real at this point.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus at center. Leonard against LeBron. And the wide open shot from Green. It's good from long range. Green's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep. On the wing, James fires from deep. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
How much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark? Incredible consistency, unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. The consistency, phenomenal.
And he nails the third.
And talking about LeBron's consistency, it's not just a physical effort. It's also a mental one. I mean, you know you're targeted by the defense all game. That'll wear down even the best players. How is it that LeBron's armor just never seems to be penetrated?
Now here's Leonard. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
The drive by LeBron. Great D that time from Leonard.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
You know, on the topic of LeBron, one of the few areas where he could improve consistency in is from the three-point line. 3 years ago, he hit over 40% from downtown. 2 years ago, 38. And last year, down to 35.
And it goes out of bounds. That went off Duncan. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Parker with no one around, and that comes off the assist by Duncan. Parker's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here's Irving. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Off the inbound, no good. And Leonard has it in the corner. And stolen by James. Irving attacking, and the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
San Antonio's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And here's Leonard from 3. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots. And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. But really for all of the NBA.
And here is LeBron, following the 3 moments ago from LaMarcus Aldridge. And the foul called on Daniel Green.
That's his first personal foul.
Pass to James. No luck. Aldridge with some nice D.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against Dallas.
That's a huge win, a big third-quarter comeback. Definitely a great game to watch as well.
And anytime you see a comeback like that, it's going to be entertaining, except maybe for the team on the short end of the stick.
Now here's LeBron. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Parker against Irving. Parker passes to Leonard. Parker kicks to Duncan. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Duncan's got 5 now.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Outside, Green, out left to the wing. Lets it go with the 3. Again, the miss by Green. The Cavaliers trail by 9. James wide open, and there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Back to Leonard. Duncan kicks to Leonard. Smith against Green. 6 on the shot clock. Took the opportunity when he saw it. 8 points for Tim Duncan. And guys, as a second-round pick, Danny Green was once an afterthought out of North Carolina. Now, he's one of the most dangerous three-point shooters in the league.
You're right, Kevin. Throughout last season, and 42% from beyond the arc for his career, and great consistency, too. He's been over 41 every season for the past 4. Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now. Talking about Danny Green, he owns one of the better field goal percentages for a volume three-point shooter in the league. And he's a marksman at the charity stripe, too. A valuable role player for any offense. Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with the pass.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. That's going to send LeBron James to the line. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge. Spurs leading by 12. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. James with it. 10 points for him. He dishes it to Mozgov. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists tonight.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
It's Parker outside. Brandon, what is the clock hit? All zeros.
Wow, what a clutch shot. He's got nerves of steel.
Woo! Got to have big-time nerves to hit a shot like that at the buzzer.
And we had the chance to catch up with Greg Popovich, and he talked about
to be in the conversation, I think, is totally appropriate. And Tony is very often not even in the conversation when people talk about top 10 guards and that sort of thing, which has always amazed me. All you hear is all the other names, whoever the new young guard is. And there's a lot of
Pop breaking it down and telling it like it is as usual, Clark. You got to love having a guy like that as your coach.
Without question. I mean, you have no idea how huge that is for a player to get that kind of support and backing from his coach. Is Tony Parker a great all-star and champion? In my book, absolutely, without question. But would he have reached that level without Greg Popovich as his coach? I think even Tony would tell you, probably not.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Spurs.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Mozgov in at the 5. Here's West, following the basket by LeBron James. Launches a 3. Spurs passing it around. A nice shot by Anderson.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. On its way from Irving for 2. And can't hit the shot. But they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. A 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin. But you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
Puts it up. Ginobili can't hit. The Cavaliers trail by 13. That's tipped. And now running up the court. West pushing it up. And stolen by Love. And now LeBron pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy ones.
And he gets it to go. Anderson's got 6 points.
And for Irving, he did come into last year hot. I mean, he won the MVP in international play while with Team USA. And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Got that one up quick. And the Spurs lead by 14.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And for Kyrie, taking home the MVP in a Team USA tourney like that, it's a huge ego boost. I mean, of all the stars on that team, he shined the brightest.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Tristan Thompson is checked in for Cleveland. Fry comes in for James.
Channing Frye.
And now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. And that one's good.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Can't get the heave to fall.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Here's Irving after David West's bucket. Love. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 5th assist in this one.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
Again, the Cavaliers score.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
Another miss by Irving.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple. And guys, every time we think Patty Mills is going to take the next step in his development, he takes a step back. Last season, he shot career lows from the field and behind the arc after having one of his best ever campaigns the year before. That really just makes a coach pull his hair out, and fortunately for me, I don't have any.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Well, back to Mills. The Spurs could have used his contributions last year. Parker was hobbled. Corey Joseph was still learning. Mills didn't put together consistent efforts and ended up losing minutes, Clark, because of it.
Yeah, Mills had the opportunity to make an impact for a championship contender. That chance doesn't come very often, unfortunately. He couldn't make the most of it.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. James checked in for Love. Iman Shumpert has come in for Smith, and it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Anderson passes to West. Mills dishes to Ginobili. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Pass to Mills from downtown. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili.
For three.
Mills has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for San Antonio. The Cavaliers trail by 16. It's Williams with the drive. James, that's a two-pointer. And to the ball's out of bounds. Ginobili touched it last.
Remains Cleveland ball.
That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession.
Cavaliers ball.
And looking at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA, we can see the teams that make the most of their trips to the foul line. The Spurs second.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want a foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Marjanovic. He had 22 points in the win against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
You know, they did a good job in the first quarter getting themselves to the line, but here in the second, they've gone away from it.
Yeah, everything's been perimeter-oriented, and you have to be hitting shots to play that way.
Ginobili outside. Here's Mills. Got it up. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 10 points, 3 assists, and 2. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
One of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Mills and Manu at the guards. West is out there with Anderson. San Antonio calls timeout.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Kevin Love's checked in for Fry. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Iman Shumpert. Kicks to Leonard. Back to Parker. Duncan dishes to Leonard. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. And it's 13 points for Kawhi Leonard. Alfred Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark's sixth man of the year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career high 55% from the floor.
And here is Green, kicks to Leonard, fires the three. Thompson with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 15. Smith the pass to LeBron. And there's the feed to Thompson. Power down with both hands.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Time now for an injury report. Now an update on Kyrie Irving from Doris Burke. Doris, what'd you find out?
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Cavaliers' head athletic trainer. He relayed to me that it seems like he bruised his tailbone on that play. For a team that is getting ready for the playoffs, this is the last thing that they wanted to see happen. The worst possible time for injuries, Kevin.
All right, Doris. We will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible.
Now here's James following the miss by Tony Parker. In transition, here come the Spurs. Mozgov with the steal. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Williams leading the charge.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Green kicks to Aldridge. Back to Green. Nobody near Leonard. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Leonard's got 16 points.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league. Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And that one's good. Parker.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
There you go. I mean, this is the time to get aggressive. I mean, they need to keep feeding him the basketball.
Leonard dishes to Duncan. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And it's 13 points for Duncan.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there. Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
The drive by James. Williams passes to Mozgov. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. Mozgov's got 6.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. Said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
And so here's Cleveland following the three-pointer by San Antonio. And he gets the bucket.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
Parker kicks to Green. Aldridge, no one around him. And another basket for San Antonio.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. Now, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Here's Mozgov. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 8.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
.131 left to play in the third. Smith drives in. Rebound San Antonio. Duncan's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. to the middle. Kicks it out to Leonard. Spurs passing it around. Parker outside, and again it's San Antonio with a three.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
LeBron dishes to Smith for three. Another three for Cleveland.
Right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
He dialed that one up from long distance. Green's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Spurs. The Cavaliers trail by 20. That's a two from Smith, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
And he gets it to go. 7 points for Kevin Love.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense. The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
James misses.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Duncan kicks to Parker. There's Green with the three. Off target with... And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know.
Timeout Spurs.
San Antonio calls timeout.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Spurs leading by 17. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the point guard position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Cleveland's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Spurs shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. On its way from Irving for 2. That's in there. Love with the assist. 14 points for Kyrie Irving.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
It's Anderson with the drive. West with a wide open look. It's good from long range. And the Spurs lead by 16.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
This one for 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
It's Parker outside. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
Cleveland's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Stolen by Ginobili. From deep. And that one's good.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Smith wide open. He fires. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Parker outside scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that 3 or you'll give up points in a hurry.
And James throws it down.
You know, he operates so well close to the bucket. There's nothing he likes more than seeing an opening inside.
Dishes to West. From deep. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
What a final quarter these guys are having from downtown, just burying the threes in bunches.